Okay. Call time.
Ladies and gentlemen, all cell phones on
My
silent.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your
Here
vision.
we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Open. Open is the show where we bring you the best in the Bronx, New York, and the world straight to you, all in the best of in arts, music, entertainment, sports, and much, much more. That's coming your way today and every Friday. I'm Rina Valentin, your café con leche, and host for the next hour. And to get your weekend started, we've got some great events to share with you in our Open Weekend Preview. Then we'll introduce you to a new segment called Latin Trends Top Tweet of the Week. And we'll hear from the How Are We Connected project from Nakota. And we'll get more in depth at the a look at the Jerome Gunhill Business Improvement District Festival. And you won't want to miss that. And of course, Bobby C's Sports Roundup. And in our Open Artist Spotlight, we highlight a pair with years of experience and versatility. So stay tuned. All that and more headed your way, because now we are officially open. We have a fun show for you today, but we are always inviting you in. That's right, because we are live and interactive people, and we love hearing from you. So if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, you can send us an email to open@bronxnet.org, and we're always interested in any comments you may have. So send us some comments on any of the past episodes, this episode, by checking us out at bronxnet.org/TV/open. And we are social, so we are definitely on Facebook, and that would be facebook.com/open BronxNet television. And leave us a comment on our timeline. And we are also tweeting BronxNet, that is, and you can write to us at BronxNet TV. And while you're there, tweet me at Rina Valentin. That's right. All right, so we're going to take a look at what events are happening around the city this weekend. That's right, my people. It is now time for our Open Weekend Preview. Yankee great to perform at 52 Park on Saturday. We have Bernie Williams. That's right, Bernie Williams returns to the Bronx. The former Yankee star and Grammy-nominated musician is returning for a concert at the amphitheater of 52 Park, the legendary neighborhood. That's 52 Park on Kelly Street, between Leggett Avenue and Avenue St. John in the Woodstock section of the South Bronx. And that's all happening Saturday, September 22nd at 7 p.m. All right, and next we have the 30th annual Queens County Fair. Some events include pie eating and corn husking contests, arm wrestling competitions, and carnival rides. It's taking place Saturday and Sunday, September 22nd and the 23rd. That's the Queens County Farm Museum at 73-50 Little Neck Parkway in Queens. And if you're interested in more information on that, you can go to queensfarm.org. And finally, the 12th annual Gladys Ricard and Victims of Domestic Violence Walk. This annual event began in 2001 to remember Gladys Ricard, who was murdered in 1999 by her abusive former boyfriend on her wedding day. It also mourns and memorializes the other victims of domestic violence and raises awareness of the seriousness and horrors of family violence. And You can join in the march, that is, on Wednesday, September 26th. The walk starts at Fort Washington Heights Presbyterian Church on 21 Wadsworth Avenue at the corner of West 174th Street in Washington Heights. The gathering begins at 8 a.m. A ceremony takes place at 9 a.m. and the walk begins at 10:30 a.m. And for more information, you can go to bridesmarch.com and make sure you wear a wedding gown and or all white. All right, those, some of those events are fun, and, well, the last one was a great cause. So I hope you're able to check out a few of those or all of them. Yeah. All right, we have to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with our new Latin Trends segment.
Hi, I'm Sonia Richards of the 2008 U.S. Track and Field Team. I'm here with our friends from Jane and the Dragon to say,
the amount counts, so keep portions under control.
When you're on the go, there's nothing better than a healthy snack to give you a boost. But remember, portions count too.
I love fast food, fruit that is. It's the perfect size and great to eat on the fly.
You've got the idea. For fun ways to get healthy, visit www.smallstep.gov.
2 outs with a runner on first base. Now the big guy comes up to bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers. First pitch is fouled between the bag.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Big dreams and good grades aren't enough to get into college. There are actual steps you need to take. Finding someone who can help is the first and most important. For the next steps, go to knowhowtogo.org.
These things we count on every day started as ideas. Ideas from the minds of African Americans. Support minority education today so we don't miss out on the next big idea tomorrow. The United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Hello and welcome back to Open. And so now we present to you a new segment here on our show. It's called the Latin Trends Top Tweets of the Week. Here's the first tweet. Actually, the Latin Trends Top Tweets of the Week is actually going to bring you the latest updates in Latin culture, cuisine, entertainment, and celebrity bochinche. Gossip, people, that's right. So the first one we have is HBO The Latino List, Volume 2. Debuts Monday, September 24th at 9 p.m. on HBO and HBO Latino. And so I guess by the time they get to Volume 5, I'll be included. All right. And so the next tweet we have is McDonald's celebrates Celia Cruz's, they're actually celebrating her for Hispanic heritage. McDonald's New York Metro announced today the launch of Celebrando Nuestras Leyendas, which means celebrating, our legends. Apparently, they're going to highlight its Hispanic customers' heritage and culture by engaging its guests in a series of interactive components. What are they going to do? Give out sugar packets with Celia's face on it and call it azúcar? Right. And the next one is SiriusXM. SiriusXM announces exclusive Latin programming in celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. So they launched these channels, Caliente Channel 150, La Cueva Channel 540, which La Cueva is the cave, and Rumbón Channel 533. And, well, they're going to have all the classic salseros, like Ruben Blades or Ruben Blades. You say potatoes, I say potatoes, yeah. And Willie Colon. And so, I'm getting hip to all this stuff, so I've been shopping around the stores for radio that plays XM. Everything in the stores only has FM and AM. Any help, anyone? All right, and so the next one we have is the Latin Grammys honor Rita Moreno with a Lifetime Achievement Award. Wow, that's so awesome. With nearly a 70-year career in entertainment. 70 years in entertainment, people. She's winning. She won an Oscar. She won an Emmy. She won a Grammy, a Tony, and a Golden Globe. All of that, and you know what? She still loves her rice and beans. So, the next tweet from Latin Trans is, what's your like cue? What's your like cue? That's not the same thing as playing a dollar lotto to be in it, right? Or playing the scratchies, right? You get it? To be a millionaire. Is that a like you? Or a test to be a high like you? All right, so people, those were the Latin Trends top tweets of the week. And well, we're going to be doing this every week now. And for more tweets, you can go to @LatinTrends2010 and visit them at latintrends.com. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. We'll be right back to find out how we are connected after this.
Hey, how's it going?
Sir, are you okay?
What? Oh, this? It's probably nothing. I'm sure it'll go away.
Go away? But, sir, that can't be good.
No, it's cool. Really.
Do you want a napkin or something?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this. So why ignore the signs of a stroke? At the first warning signs, call 911 immediately. Because time lost is brain lost.
My name's Brandon. 9 years old, being alcoholic.
Hi, Brandon.
I'll start drinking with the older kids. And whatever they do, I'll do.
Kids who drink before age 15 are 5 times more likely to have alcohol problems when they're adults. So start talking before they start drinking.
I know it'll start with alcohol. I'm just not sure how it's gonna end.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education. So every year, I take promising high schoolers on a college tour to show them that higher education means a brighter future.
My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Find out how you can live united for education. Give, advocate, volunteer. Go to liveunited.org.
Do you wear this?
How you doing? I just want regular, no sugar today.
You got it.
Thanks. Hello.
Hi.
Did you eat that whole thing today?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's...
Hi, how you doing?
She's getting big, huh?
Good. Yeah, she is big. Great haircut.
Yeah.
Looks cute. Come on, let's go. Nice to see you. Thanks a lot.
If only child abuse were this easy to recognize. If you even suspect abuse, call 1-800-4-A-CHILD. All calls are anonymous and confidential. Trust your instincts.
Megan, you're a tramp. Brian Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? That zit is huge. Zit face. Ugly.
Hello, welcome back to Open. Our first guests today are part of a 6-part production focusing on different regions of the globe. And this year, the spotlight shines on the Caribbean and is skillfully interconnected through drama, singing, dancing. And, well, to give us a better idea of this beautiful production, we welcome Raquel Miller, founder of Nycoda, and Marcelino Feliciano, a jazz vocalist, and Greer Morrison, producer, singer, actress, to the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So, Raquel, just share with everyone a little bit about Nycoda and your new ventures, please.
Oh, yes.
Nycoda stands for?
Good question. Nycoda is the new International Center of Diverse Artists. And we're basically a performing arts organization whose core mission is to unite people of different cultures and ethnicities through performing arts.
That's beautiful. And we've actually showcased some of your performers, and they actually come from different parts of the world. And this year, you've actually joined forces with, well, actually, you're inspired by National Geographic, but they've also assisted you in this new project, right, of how we are connected.
Yes, we were inspired to produce a performing arts response to the Genographic Project. The Genographic Project, for those of you who may not know, is actually an ongoing anthropology study that charts human migrations throughout the world. We're looking at the whole of human history going back almost 60,000 years. And we were inspired to produce that in theater.
Okay, so obviously this is going to take a while, right? Because we have a whole world to conquer.
Yeah,
right. And so this year you guys are focusing on the Caribbean. So Marcelino, you are from?
I'm from Puerto Rico.
Okay, so is that your character is geared in that direction?
Yes, it's funny you should say character, because a big part of the production is that we're actually sharing our personal experiences. So we're not necessarily making up stuff. It's just real. We're sharing our personal life and how it relates to the entire world, which is pretty fascinating, because a lot about us that we think we know, but we don't really know, and we find out it's much different than we think.
That's very fascinating. It's because I can totally see what you mean by that.
Right.
And Greer?
Absolutely. I'm from Jamaica.
Okay.
And the interconnectedness that we've discovered through the process of developing the pieces that we're going to be performing has just drawn us closer together, so that we come to this greater understanding that we are connected, that through DNA, through genographics, through our own related histories, we're more connected than we're disconnected.
Okay, so this is obviously about humanity and our way of actually to help us better understand exactly what our purpose is here, existing together, right?
Yeah.
Even though we have our cultural differences. Now, how did you find this information? Like, through their personal experiences? You know, like, did you do DNAs on them and we go back into your background and then you staged it? And how did you do that?
Well, when I first conceived of the program, I thought that after we cast the production, I wanted to have a percent of the cast go through the DNA background research, so that we could actually have scientific information about where their ancestors came from. But I also thought that I wanted a part of the cast to represent the millions of people throughout the world who in fact do not have this information about themselves. And so what is the approach then to how we see ourselves in the world? How do we connect with others even when we do not have the science to go behind it? Is there a deeper meaning and a responsibility that we have, regardless of not having science to back us up?
Wow, you guys got more than you bargained for. Not only do you get to perform on stage, you got to do a whole background check on yourself.
It was pretty deep.
Yeah.
It was pretty deep.
Yeah.
So, okay, you have to share, because you're like really in there. Like, what was so deep about it? He was like, it's pretty deep.
Yeah.
It's pretty deep.
Well, because, you know, as a Latino, as a Puerto Rican, right? You're Puerto Rican. We raise the flag, we're Puerto Ricans, right? Most people may or may not be aware of the fact that, Puerto Rico is Africa, Taino, Indian, Spain. And that's where it ends, right? But that's not where it ends. That's not even where it begins. I mean, when they traced my DNA and they took it back some 50,000 years to Africa, to the motherland. I mean, now the word motherland to me means something totally different. And you say, okay, so I knew that, but where does it go from there? And it traces its way. It trickles into Asia. It trickles into parts of Europe. It goes up into Ireland. I'm Irish. I didn't even know it. And then it really it tips into Spain. And of course, we know from there, Europe, who had its issues, brought themselves and the African slaves into the Caribbean islands, and now you have another
a whole other branch. For me, what I discovered was that my mitochondrial Eve, that is the first Eve, is from a lineage that is one of the oldest lineages in Africa, and that particular mitochondrial Eve's descendants stayed the longest in Africa and did not migrate out of Africa until the slave trade. So for me, that meant, oh, we were happy, shiny, happy people in Africa until something other than our choice led us from that. And I say us because I feel that connection, even though we're talking 50,000 years ago.
Wow, this is so fascinating. You know, we can do a whole show just on this, right? That's exactly what you guys did. That's exactly what you did. Exactly. However, you do it in musical form and vignettes, right?
Yes.
So share a little bit about what people should expect coming to see this show, because this is so fascinating.
Well, this is a show that really talks about our shared history, our shared cultural histories. It's the folklore that came out of that, and it's all of those stories. What are the similarities in those stories? And that's all a part of the dramaturg. So there's a narrative, and there's music, and there's dance, and there's interpretive dance, and it's really shaping up to be a wonderful piece.
So how many performers are there all together?
There are
13 of
us.
There are 13.
And they're representing different Caribbean islands.
Yep.
Correct.
Yes.
Nice. And you guys are going to give us a taste of a musical portion of it.
A little
something. Well, I mean, you don't always walk around with a conga, right? That's a bembe. What is that? That's
that's
not a conga.
A djembe.
A djembe.
Yeah, which is a very African, kind of modernized at this point, but yeah.
But I just wanted to interject very briefly to say a special thank you to the Genographic Project who has supported us on this venture, and as well to El Museo del Barrio and the Brooklyn Museum and LaGuardia Performing Arts Center. They've all been very supportive of this project and has helped us to get this far.
Beautiful. So before they play us off, right, because you guys are going to play us off, can you please share where this is going to be presented next, because you already started running it, and you're actually traveling to different museums throughout New York, right?
Yes.
Right.
And so the next one is at the Museo del Barrio, right?
So, in fact, our opening night is at Museo del Barrio, but we're actually having a preview for those audience members who want to travel over to Long Island City. We're having a preview at LaGuardia Performing Arts Center next Friday at 7 p.m. And then the grand opening of the show is at El Museo del Barrio on Saturday, the 13th of October. It follows with the 20th at Brooklyn Museum, and then we're back in Queens for the 27th and our final performance. And more information can be found on our website at www.nicoda.org. That's NICODA.org.
Thank you so much, Raquel Miller. Thank you so much. And so Marcelino, right? Marcelino Feliciano and Greer Morrison, who are two of the performers in How We Are Connected, are actually going to do a little something to send us off to break.
Absolutely.
So who wants to introduce it?
This is a song that's typical of any Caribbean island, titled Island in the Sun. And I'm going to let Greer do her thing.
All right.
Awesome.
How about I give you a little...
Just start me off with a little something. This is my island in the sun, where my people have toiled since time began.
Y dice.
I may sail on many a seas, but shores will always be home to me.
Oh, island in the sun, willed to me by my father's hands. All my days I will sing in praise of your forest waters, your shining sun. La la li li la.
As morning breaks to heaven on high, I lift my heavy load to the sky. Sun comes down with a burning glow, mixes my sweat with the earth below.
Y como? Oh, island in the sun, willed to me by my father's hands. All my days I will sing in praise of your forest waters, your shining sands. Oh, island in the sun, willed to me by my father's hands. All my days I will sing in praise of your forest waters, your shining sands.
Bravo! Marcelino Feliciano and Greer Morrison of How We Are Connected. No, thank you. Thank you. What a beautiful way to take a break. All right. For once again, for more on how we are connected, you can go to nicoda.org. That's NICODA.org. And when we return, the people behind the Jerome Gun Hill Bid Festival will be here. But first, from Manhattan to Milan, Atlanta to Australia, the after-hours shopping extravaganzas Fashion Night Out celebrated their 4th successful year in New York. More than 700 stores stayed open late for this big event. BronxNet correspondent Arlene McCoco tells us more. Let's take a look.
It's Fashion Night out here at the Roger Smith Hotel, and the Bronx is definitely in the house. I'll introduce you to a few of these stylists in action.
Hi, my name is Pamela Quincy. I'm a fashion designer, and my line is called Kilami, designed by Pamela Quincy. Everything is handmade. It's a one-of-a-kind collection I made here in New York. I'm from Italy. I moved 3 years ago, and that's my Kilami Princess inspiration of my collection.
Hi, my name is Lisette Garcia. I'm president and owner of Cozy Corporation. We're a jewelry company that started in 2008 with the mission of getting cozy with friends and family and allowing other women to go into business for themselves by extending our name and being able to become entrepreneurs themselves.
I have a company called the Cupcake Bartender and is specialized in alcohol-infused cupcakes, and we have 12 different flavors. Alcohol is in the cake and in the frosting. You can go online and order, but I deliver to Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, and Queens, but I'm based in New Rochelle.
My name is Oksana Tanasi. I'm originally from Ukraine, and I came to the United States in 2004. This is my collection, which I present today. It's shoe art collection and women world. I use Swarovski crystals on canvas to highlight the shoes, jewelry, dresses, and make more drama on canvas and make my pieces more collectible.
My name is Sandro Gallegos. We're working with the Luscious Wines. Luscious Wines sell all over the tri-state area, which we do Manhattan, Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, everywhere that you would see a liquor store or even a restaurant. We're all over the place.
Hi, my name is Laura Muller. I'm with Stella and Dot. We actually are here representing Stella and Dot, and we have these great foundation bracelets that all the proceeds are here to help build school in the Bronx.
I'm getting a manicure. I think I'm just going to do all one color. My girlfriend's got the same color, so we're all going to do the same.
I'm Dee Rivera, CEO and founder of Shop Addicts. We are a fashion and beauty lifestyle event, and we use it as a platform for nonprofit organizations. I love everything that fashion does. You know, it transforms you, it recreates you, it gives women an opportunity to create a look that enhances their beauty.
So if you saw anything here that caught your eye, getting it can just be a click away. Go to www.shopaddicts.com. For BronxNet, this is Arlene McCoco.
Thank you for that, Arlene McCoco. We are back in the studio. You're watching Open. Rita Valentin here, and the Jerome Gun Hill Bid was created in 1996 to provide supplemental services to merchants and property owners while providing a safe, attractive, and convenient environment for the community. And well, they have a festival, and the festival started over a decade ago to promote the businesses and create a fun, family-friendly environment. On the set with us right now, we have Deputy Director of Moshulu Preservation, Michael Lambert. He's also the Executive Director of Jerome Gun Hill Bid. And we also have Eric Hicks of Game Over Gear. Hello, gentlemen, and welcome.
Glad to be here.
Well, we are happy to have you. We're happy to have I guess what we would consider the suits behind all the artists we've been presenting, right? In a sense, even
and t-shirts.
And t-shirts. Well, yeah. Well, apparel, right? So the business side of this festival that we've actually been showcasing here on the show every week, right? We've had some great artists, so thank you for sending them our way. So I can only imagine what Saturday is going to look like tomorrow. Now, Michael, with regards to this festival, because this is like a really big event, right? So can you just educate us a little bit on what exactly your role is as the Moshulu, with the Moshulu Preservation Corporation and how it's related to the Jerome Gun Hill bid?
So, Marshall Preservation Corporation is a program that's affiliated with Montefiore Hospital. About 30 years ago, there were a lot of negative things happening in the South Bronx, and we're moving northward towards the North Bronx. And to try and combat some of those things like the urban blight that was happening, Montefiore created this separate not-for-profit, the Marshall Preservation Corporation, that basically became a buyer of properties of last resort that would take properties where it looked like the landlord may be looking to abandon them, maybe have something where there may be arsons involved and stuff like that, take those properties, rehab them, and basically make them pillars in the community where people could actually get affordable housing and stabilize the housing stock within the neighborhood. That role grew from just providing that stabilized housing stock to also providing a lot of economic development benefit, a lot of community informational benefit, and a lot of government relations. So the Marshall Preservation Corporation, in conjunction with the New York City Department of Small Business Services, manages the Jerome Gun Hill Business Improvement District, which is one of 68 bids throughout the city right now and one of 8 in the Bronx.
Okay, now just share with our viewers what the role of a bid and how it's sectioned off, just so that they're aware that, because if you're a small business owner and you're just starting out, like, you want to be part of a bid, right?
Correct. 'Cause the purpose of a bid is to really, again, stabilize the economic corridor within certain areas. And these are contiguous corridors. In our case, the Jerome Gun Hill Business Improvement District runs from Gun Hill Road at Webster down to Jerome Avenue and then along Jerome Avenue going south back to Marshall Parkway. So all the stores and businesses along that those two strips are all part of the Jerome Gun Hill Business Improvement District. And what happens is basically we work with the city and the property owners to get funding through the property and the real estate that's in that corridor to provide services to the corridor to help improve the nature of what happens there. For example, we'll do marketing advertising promotions on behalf of those businesses. We'll provide security in terms of either uniformed personnel or security camera. We also provide supplemental sanitation services to help minimize the number of tickets that businesses may get and also try and help improve the cleanliness of the neighborhood. And we work with a lot of government officials as well to advocate on behalf of those businesses to bring different services to the district for the betterment of the community and the commercial corridor as well.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing all of those details,
No
because
problem.
there are a lot of people that aren't aware, right? You're a business owner, right, within this district, and you're also contributing to the actual festival. Now, share a little bit about your involvement with Game Over.
Well, absolutely. For the past 8 years, Game Over, which is a company that's been known for street basketball and really bringing the street basketball culture to light all over the country and all over the world, has supported the operation or the festival that takes place every year in Jerome Gun Hill. And this year we're introducing something called Smack Foo.
Smack Foo?
Smack Foo.
Smack Foo?
Smack Foo. This is a Smack Foo.
Look at this. This is a Smack Foo, people.
You know, as an apparel company and a company that has been involved in sports over the years, our number one goal is to get kids and to get people active. You know, we have an obesity epidemic within the school system, things like that. A lot of kids are playing the video games and watching TV and things like that. We try to get them out and get them moving, whether it's basketball, football, baseball. Game Over takes a comprehensive approach. A man introduced us to this thing called Smack Foo. This is a 5,000-year-old toy from Vietnam.
It's a feather and some other items, and
these are plastic shock absorbers. Smack Foo.
Interesting.
And the way it's engineered is anytime that you hit it with your hand, it'll come at you with the shock absorbers so that the person that you're playing with can hit it back to you. The company came to Game Over and said, we want to introduce this into the inner city to help with the epidemic of obesity and the crisis. Can you make a combination with this and your street basketball? We use it as a basketball training tool for hand-eye coordination and quickness. Cool. The cardio aspect of it, the energy that it takes to keep this thing going is really, really a phenomenal thing.
I already know what to do with it. I'm like,
well, you know what?
Can we do a Smack Foo?
Well, you know, the beauty of Smack Foo is if you played handball, volleyball, tennis, or anything like that, you can play this and you can become pretty good at it within 5, 10, 15 minutes. Tomorrow at the festival, right there in the street, we're going to be holding competitions and having a good time with the people, with the audience. There'll be prizes, T-shirts, gift cards, and things like that. It's going to be a huge Smack Fu tournament. We have our number 1 and number 2 Smack Fu players from the entire world.
Really?
Will be there demonstrating.
This is like a serious competition.
It's pretty
Okay, is there a
incredible.
net that goes? No, this is like kind of like Dodge, right?
Well,
Tell me how this works.
Well, there's
it
a couple of ways, and we want you to come out tomorrow. And
I
give
will
it a
be
shot.
there tomorrow,
But
actually.
there's a couple of ways you can get a partner
Right.
and keep it going as long as you can, so that'll keep the cardio going. Or there is actual rules where you try to get the other guy out. There's no spiking, but you have to have your hand-eye coordination, and you got to be in shape. And if you're not, you will get in shape with Smack Fu.
Interesting. So this is just
Back and forth, back and forth. I mean, we got guys, they with their hands, but
Right,
they use their
right.
feet, they use their head, they use their elbows, backhanded.
oh, so you use your whole body.
You can use your whole body.
This is cool.
You have
What
to see
happened-
the video.
Yeah,
You may want to tell
if
what
you
people
go
can
to
actually-
smackfunyc.com or gameovernyc.com, you'll see the video. So anybody who wants to come on out there and try to win prizes and things tomorrow, I suggest they watch the video so they can get some tips and get a good idea of the speed and the pace of the game. And then come on out, and there'll be, as I say, T-shirts, prizes, all kinds of things. But
Right.
we want to see you out there.
All right, because you've got the apparels for everybody, and there's a
Absolutely.
basketball
This will
tournament
help,
too, right?
This will help Lena
Absolutely.
get lean.
Yeah, this will help what?
Rena get lean.
Oh yeah, we you know we're gonna do an episode on Smack Fu. I mean, this should be very interesting.
Smack Fu,
You know,
absolutely.
because I'm gonna try and get fancy and use my feet, my elbows,
Watch the
my
video.
head,
Watch
dodge.
the video. Okay, we're going to be looking forward to seeing that.
All right. Do you have any last words you'd like to share with anybody, with everybody, excuse me, Michael, regarding tomorrow's event and maybe some of the information that's going to be passed out, aside from all the artists that are going to be there? It's going to be a great event.
Well, we're going to be hundreds of vendors out there. It's going to be a great event. We've got a great lineup featuring the Cover Girls, Freedom Williams, the Violin Diva, who was another phenom that was great. If you haven't seen her, she's really great. Chess tournament, dominoes tournaments, a lot of giveaways, a lot of food, and just come out and have a great time. It's going to be a very fun-filled family day from beginning to end. We're going to do it up Jerome Gun Hill bid style.
Nice, nice. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
Smack Fu, baby. Smack Fu. We go Smack Fu it over there at the Jerome
Watch it.
Gun Hill Bid Festival, which is taking place once again on Saturday, September 22nd. It starts at 11 and goes to 6 p.m. And if you are interested in more information, you can give them a call at 718-324-4946, and or you can go to what website?
JeromeGunHillBid.org.
Or JeromeGunHillBid.org. All right, we'll be right back with Sports Roundup after this. Smack Fu!
This is Bobby C., and your Friday morning sports starts right here at the Big Ballpark in the Bronx, where the New York Yankees are wrapping up a 9-game homestand. The series was highlighted by a rainout on Tuesday night and then, of course, a day-night doubleheader on Wednesday. The Yankees swept the Toronto Blue Jays, and Ichiro 7 for 8 on the day in both games. He provided the spark and the game-winning hit in game number 2.
Just really happy to be a part of a pennant race in September. And obviously I came here in the middle of it, and I'm just trying to contribute. And I'm just hoping that what I do, people can say, hey, I'm glad that I came on board.
The captain wasn't bad himself on the homestand either, as he passed all-time great Hall of Famer Willie Mays for 10th on the all-time hit list. And on Wednesday night, he collected his 200th hit of the season.
Yeah, it's a lot of hits. I'm proud of it, but more importantly, we're just trying to win games. I try to be consistent. If you're consistent throughout the course of the year, you have a chance to do it.
Up-and-coming pitcher David Phelps had a quality start in Wednesday night's victory, and he had plenty to say about not only his performance, but the performance of the Yankees on the homestand. Here's David Phelps.
We've been playing great baseball. We've been doing all the little things right. And we're getting runners over. We're getting them in too. And our whole pitching staff's on a good roll right now, and we're just playing really well as a team.
The Yankees, Jeter, and Ichiro kept rolling Thursday night in the Bronx. The Bombers topped Toronto 10-7, completing the sweep Thursday night. They have a one-game lead on Baltimore for the American League East. Interesting to note, the 200-hit season for Jeter is his 8th in his illustrious career, tying him with Hall of Famer Lou Gehrig for the most by a Yankee. After picking up number 200 Wednesday on a first-inning single, Jeter added 2 more hits and 2 more RBI Thursday night. Meanwhile, Ichiro went for 7 straight hits and another dynamic performance Thursday, 2 for 4 for him. Acquired from Seattle on July 23rd, Ichiro is hitting .321 since joining the Yankees. The Bombers will wrap the homestand in a 3-game weekend series with surging and surprising Oakland. Across town, the New York Mets were eliminated from postseason contention Thursday night. The Mets fell 16-1 to Philadelphia last night. There are a few bright spots left on the schedule for Met fans, though. Ace R.A. Dickey will have his start moved up to Saturday against Miami, which means he can also pitch in the team's home finale next Thursday afternoon against Pittsburgh. He's 2 wins away from 20 with 2 of his last 3 starts at home. The New York Giants felt right at home in the Meadowlands Sunday and then on the road last night in Carolina. Here's our Giant report.
This is Bobby C. reporting from MetLife Stadium. Sunday was one giant win for Big Blue and the memory of Victor Cruz's grandmother. Inspired by his late grandmother, Cruz bolted for the end zone in the 4th quarter of Sunday's dramatic 41-34 come-from-behind win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Once he scored his first touchdown of the season, Cruz, who hauled in 11 catches and 179 yards, both career highs, went to his patented salsa dance, the same one his grandmother, Lucy Molina, taught him when he was a child. Cruz's grandmother passed away at 77 last week, but on Sunday, he got a chance to dance with her one more time.
Once I got about to the 3, I knew it was time to honor her, and I knew she was with me, and it was almost like the place kind of went silent, and I was just there dancing with her, so it was a good moment for me.
Shrugging off 3 interceptions in the first half, Manning passed for 510 yards and 3 scores, the second greatest passing day in Giants history. He threw for 295 yards in the second half, including 243 in the 4th quarter.
It's great to have all our weapons, and Victor, Hakeem, both of them stepped up, made some big-time catches. As a quarterback, you like to throw it. You like to, be in that mix and spread them out and see what they're doing, and have some runs, have some throws, and mix things up.
The good thing about him is he has a short memory. 3 interceptions. He went out there in the second half like he had a perfect quarterback rate and kept firing it and, made some huge plays for us to get us back in the game and, in turn, help us win it.
Manning hit Nix for a 50-yard pass to set up Andre Brown's winning run after Tampa had tied the score with 1:58 remaining. Nix, who was playing in front of his grandmother for the first time in his career, paid homage to her with 10 catches for 199 yards, his personal best.
We never doubted ourselves. Now, one time did the team get down on itself, everybody was always saying, we gonna come back, we got it. We knew we were capable of doing. Coach Coughlin was, spreading the message at halftime saying, it's a new game, coming out the second half, and that's how we approached it.
There were 4 scores in the final 7 minutes Sunday, but Manning saved the best for last, driving Big Blue 80 yards in 4 plays to win it. Following the opening night loss to Dallas, the G-Men avoided an 0-2 start against Tampa Bay and former Rutgers head coach Greg Schiano. It's almost as if someone was looking down from the heavens above.
Our condolences to the Cruz family. As for the game on Sunday, a lot was made of the kneel down in which Manning was pushed back. Schiano and Coughlin shared some pleasantries immediately following the game. In the short work week, the Giants definitely seem motivated, carrying over their success in Week 2 against Tampa into Week 3 at Carolina. Injuries sidelined Ahmad Bradshaw and Hakeem Nicks, but the G-men were unfazed. Fill-in wideout Ramses Barton had a career night, 9 catches, 138 yards. Fill-in running back Andre Brown, 113 yards on the ground and 2 scores. Final in Carolina, Giants 36, Panthers 7. Big Blue will be in Philadelphia on September 30th. As for the Jets, Gang Green fell 27-10 to the Steelers in Pittsburgh on Sunday. They continue their road wars in Miami this Sunday. Thankfully, star corner Darrelle Revis will be in the lineup. He's been cleared from his concussion. Jets-Dolphins, a pivotal AFC East matchup. Time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. Fordham football passed the Cornell test with flying colors last weekend at Rose Hill. The Rams picked up a 34-27 win. Up next, the biggest rivalry in Bronx football, Fordham-Columbia. The two square off at Columbia. Saturday kickoff is at 12:30 p.m. On the WNBA hardwood, the New York Liberty fell to Tulsa Thursday night, but still clinched a postseason berth. New York clinched the East's fourth and final playoff berth after the loss when Chicago fell to Atlanta last night. The always opinionated Stephon Marbury may no longer play for the Knicks, but he still has a lot to say about the team. He is among those who doesn't believe the Knicks' current stars, Carmelo Anthony and Amare Stoudemire, are a good fit together. He made the comments to ESPN on Wednesday. From the hardwood to the ice, where the NHL has axed the preseason through the end of the month, there's also no movement on a new CBA. Several high-profile players have already signed to play overseas. In the NFL, the league could be moving closer to returning the real-deal refs to the sidelines. Negotiations, according to reports, are progressing a bit. The replacements have certainly struggled through the first few weeks, albeit more in some games than others. On the baseball diamond, the Washington Nationals clinched a postseason berth for the first time in D.C. since 1933. And on a final sports roundup note, the NFL mourns the passing of NFL Films great Steve Sabol. He lost his battle with brain cancer this week. The television legend will certainly be missed, but never forgotten. His presence and his achievements loom large over every NFL game we watch on Sundays. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for some perspective on the captain, Derek Jeter. Decided this morning to chime in on El Capitan Derek Jeter. The 38-year-old is hitting .323 this season and has clearly been one of the best players on a team that should win the American League East. While other big names on the team have faded a bit and are more name than game these days, Jeter is having another amazing season, maybe the best he's ever had. When you consider his age and his clutch performances and the fact that he's dodged injuries and remained healthy enough to play in 146 games thus far this season, he's truly remarkable. Top 10 hits all time. Another time we echo his name in the same breath as Lou Gehrig. Seriously, is there anyone in the world that has it better than Derek Jeter? This week, Jeter, who is also great at dodging questions from the media, did remark that he would play for another team if the Yankees didn't renew his contract in a couple of seasons, given that he may want to continue his career. Jeter admitted this is a business, of course. Business or not, Derek Jeter should never wear anything but pinstripes. He's not Peyton Manning in Indy. Moving on to Denver, he falls into a category much more special, the same breath as guys like DiMaggio, Mantle, Ruth, and, of course, Lou Gehrig. I hope he plays as long as he wants, especially if he feels like playing this well every year. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C. Don't forget about the Bernie Williams concert, Park 52, tomorrow night. Be there in the South Bronx. Yankee great, playing the guitar. We'll have more Open coming up right after this.
Coming home can be hard if you're a veteran of Iraq or Afghanistan. You may feel like you're all alone. But you're not alone. At IAVA.org, your fellow vets are all around you. Join our free online community, get the resources you need, and connect to other vets who know where you're coming from. IAVA.org. We've got your back.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Open. It is now that time. You know what time it is. That's right. It is now time for our Open Artist Spotlight.
The Open Artist Spotlight is made possible in part with public funds from the Bronx Council on the Arts through the New York State Council on the Arts Decentralization Program.
Here I Am. And here she is on our open stage. Please welcome Evie Mack.
towards a better tomorrow. There's a message on the wall, tells me to stand up tall. There's a message in the air, tells me I will get there. There's a message in the sky, telling me I will survive. Nothing seems to matter but this dream. I dream, so deeply dreaming. I'm dreaming. And everywhere I go, I never feel too comfortable. People love to hate, and envy robs their faith. But something deep inside of me says, oh yes, it sets me free. Makes me wanna dance, makes me wanna sing, makes me wanna dream. Nothing seems to matter but this dream. I dream, so deeply dreaming. I'm dreaming. And of all of the places and all of the people and all the things I've seen, not the dark of the night or the sunbeaming bright will ever distract me. Not the giants outside or diseases that rise can ever keep me down. There is something inside me that keeps hope alive. I smile when I should frown, and I won't stop till I reach the top. Then dream another dream. It's far beyond the words I speak. It's my destiny. Makes me wanna dance, makes me wanna sing, makes me wanna dream. I dream. Nothing seems to matter but this. Dreaming, I'm dreaming, I'm dreaming, but a dream.
Evie Mac, everyone! Evie Mac! That was so beautiful! Wasn't that beautiful, everyone? Oh, man. Wow.
Thank
Yes, yes. You, I'm sure are touching everybody to go and dream.
Well, I just want to give a special thanks to BronxNet for having us, and Al and everybody, my manager, Superior, Most Hated Entertainment, and you're going to see more of us. And for everybody who has a dream, it doesn't matter how old or how young you are, dream.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well said. Beautiful voice. And we're actually going to meet Superior, right? The CEO of Most Hated. What an interesting name for a label.
Yeah.
Haters, you know, I'm going to assume. Oh, well, here he comes right now. All right. Well, hello, hello, hello. Nice to meet you, Superior, the CEO of the Superior, or Superior, the CEO?
Of Most Hated Entertainment.
Of Most Hated Entertainment. Now, you know, just to give everybody a little background on Superior, the CEO, he actually did some work with DMX, right?
Yes, I was basically part of his career in the beginning. So, I mean, I worked with X, I was his DJ, and I was part of Rough Riders, helped building that.
And not only are you managing her and you have your own label, you actually wrote a book.
Oh yeah, I have a book out with DMX called "The Man Who Walked the Dog." So
The Man Who Walked the Dog.
Yeah, it's a crazy title. He was mad at it first when he heard it. He was like, what do you mean you walked me? You know what I'm saying? He caught an attitude about it, but it's all good. It's a story about me and him coming up in the industry and how sometimes the industry turns people against each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just a story about me and him and our ups and downs.
That's nice. That's nice that you documented it. That's nice.
Well, I waited 7 years to do it, you know, because he had his own book, which I
Mhm.
was a part of putting together, Earl. And VH1 just did something with us behind the music, so I was a producer on there for DMX behind the music. That's all my footage that they have.
Nice. So you keep busy. You don't have a problem being in the background.
Nah, I don't have no problem.
You know what's
being in the
beautiful is
background.
that you wrote a book. You wrote a book, and it's kind of like, you know, sharing with the next generation that, you know, you can be all about hip hop and you can be all about, you know, the new fads, but there's nothing like picking up a book to learn about where you're going or who you're following, and just, you know, having your stories documented in, I guess it's, is it autobiographical or?
Yes. You know what I'm saying? This is something.
The way he said, yes.
This is something that's going to last longer. So, you know, when you have these things, you put them in books. Like soon, you know, Evie Mack will have a book and she'll have something.
And I'm also in the book.
She's the first artist. Her picture's in the book.
Very
So.
proud. Very proud.
Well,
of
you
it.
should. Speak in the microphone, because he's mic'd, you're not.
Oh, okay.
No,
well,
I just want to make
like
sure you're
I
heard.
said before, I'm very proud to be in the book. We just got off tour. We're about to go back on tour. I have to re-up on my CDs. I sold 600. I just dropped a CD called Here I Am. So, oh, he has the picture? Does he have the picture?
I don't know. I
think
guess he has the
might
picture.
have the picture.
Here I am.
So this is
all right, nice. Here I am.
especially for you.
Oh, thank
And I just wanna,
you.
you know, thank you for everything. And we got a whole bunch of things going on, so
Nice.
people can check us out on the websites, at Facebook, especially because we put everything out there. And you know, just stay tuned to Most Hated.
Also, we have a TV show
Uh-huh.
that's coming. Chef Daddy OG TV, Miss Bay TV, and I have a radio station called Most Hated Radio.
Most Hated Radio. Most Hated Radio. I love the
Yes.
Most Hated title. Okay, so what's the website that we can refer people to?
You can go to Facebook, Superior MHCEO.
Or Evie Mac, EVMAC at Facebook, and everything will
Beautiful.
come up.
All right, cool. Thank you. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for sharing your knowledge
Thank you.
And for doing what you do, because, you know, it takes somebody like him to make artists, you know, actually who they are, right? I guess that's why the title is Walking the Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and you can check her out tomorrow, right? At
Yes,
the Jerome
definitely.
Gun Hill Bid Festival. Once again, thanks to Evie Mack and Superior, the CEO, for coming on. And, well, you can find out more at reverbnation.com/Evie Mack as well, for the music, that is. And that is all the time we have for today. We'd like to thank all of our guests for coming through, and, you know, you for tuning in, and our crew, and, you know, for streaming in, you guys. That's right. If you missed any of the show today, remember the Recablecast happens tonight at 5:10 p.m. and throughout the entire weekend. Past episodes of the show are on demand at bronxnet.org/TV/open. I'm Rina Valentin, and from all of us here at Open, have a great, safe weekend, and may the universe provide peace, prosperity, and love. Mwah. Adios. So, oh, thank you. That was so beautiful. That was so beautiful. You rock.